you find yourselves having travelled to the Imperial Citadel proper to try to stop whatever the Xaryxian Empire is planning. You have been led into the Temple of Light, the temple structure that forms the biggest thing you can see on the Citadel, practically. The beam of light that lifts out of it that strikes the star itself. And coming into the temple, through the crowd of onlookers, finding Prince Zeleth and Princess Sadali. After some negotiation, it was determined that you would fight a trial by combat. And as you place this challenge before Prince Zeleth, he summons his champion, a Zordar.
Oh yeah.
Can't find the picture of the Zordar now. Hang on.
The weird little ghosty armour.
That's not little.
Oh god.
That's not very little, no.
Reminds me of a knight of ye old.
There we go.
Feel like we may have to sever all of its limbs.
Ye old.
But it's a ghost, it might not have
I don't think it's also not a ghost.
Yeah, it has limbs.
Well, it's floating, it's ghost-like.
It does
Lots
have
of things
limbs,
float.
so I'll give you that.
It's clearly
does have
physical, it's
limbs.
reflecting light. It's got a sheen.
Just dramatic backlighting because we made the beam of light change colour, remember? For dramatic effect.
Yes.
Oh.
So, as you stand in the temple here, the crowd shifts back to the edges of the room. Prince Zeleth, Princess Sadali, and the priest, whose name you did not get, step back, leaving space for you to fight the Zordar in the centre of the room. The structure, the sort of almost conical structure that lifts up above you, the beam of light in the centre of the room, the bright blue beam, lifts up. And standing across from you, the Zordar itself. Well, let's roll for initiative.
You think it's a bit late for me to show off my notice as a diplomatic immunity to it?
Yes.
I'm not sure it cares about your diplomatic immunity.
Diplomatic immunity!
Maybe you could try. Well, good news, it rolled 3.
It only just was slightly worse than Valis.
That's true.
Josh, the zombies on the board.
Oh, my apologies. They should be.
Yeah, I was going to say...
Yes,
Oh,
they were brought with you. Those that
Please
have
tell me I
survived
have
were
lost
brought
all
with
my
you. My
minions.
apologies.
You have 3 left.
No, I left with 3.
Yes.
Yeah,
they're
you
the
still
same
have 3
three.
left.
Just to be clear.
That's good.
Okay, and as the combat begins, Sol, with your training, you are the first to act. The beam of light that separates you from the Zordar in the centre of the room. And the creature looming, moving towards you. What
Fantastic.
do you wish to do?
I'm going to drink that potion I prepared at the end of last session. I'm going to drink my potion of growth and get all bigly.
I feel like I should have prepared for this, really.
Yes, this is why I made it abundantly clear I was going to drink a potion, and I have 1 potion in my inventory.
No, yeah, I gathered that, but, you know, there were other things in my mind.
Does that take an action to drink the potion?
In this case, yes. Not necessarily to drink the potion, but for the effect of growth to... Sorry, the effect of enlarge to hit you.
Cool, well I'm big now. So I'm going to... I'm going to move up to him. Can you please unpause the game so I can move?
Oh, my apologies.
I'm gonna run around this beam of light, get all in front of him, and then I'm gonna use a key point for patient defense.
Alright. You are defensing.
And that's gonna be me.
And Rune.
I'm gonna go and beat him up. I don't think I
Good
can
plan.
get to him though.
far can you move? And do you want to move through the centre?
I don't think it's going to be good going through the light.
That is just light.
Very, very intense light.
That's fine.
Nah, we're going to go around. 1, 2. We can get to about there. No. 1, 2. There.
Yep.
And then wrestle him, and then I'll just get ready. Yeah. Just get ready to charge.
Alright. You prepare yourselves as the Zordar looms ahead of you. Calatrix.
I'm going to bonus action starry form dragon.
Alright.
So Kelly's body just lights up with stars as she does that. And then I am going to cast Guiding Bolt. No.
Oh yeah, good.
Yeah, Guiding Bolt at him once I've moved over here where I can actually see what I'm doing. Oops.
To clarify, you can see through the beam of light. It is a beam
Yeah.
of light. It's just light. It's sort of, there's a pool of water in the ground there that light emits from, but you can see and fight through it if you need to.
Yeah, that was terrible, but anyway.
That was terrible, unfortunately. It sort of beams towards it and just slams straight into the chest and just dissipates on the armor. You don't see the characteristic light that you expect from the guiding bolt. It just seems to dissipate as it strikes him. It.
Thanks,
The
that's
thing.
me.
Alright. And Valis. And the crew.
Yes. Bellis is gonna position himself opposite the light.
Yeah.
He'll command his minions to attack. And would you believe that he's going to attempt to blind this creature?
Make me an Arcana check, actually.
Oh, you delayed your idea there.
Sorry.
That's fine. Arcana check. I got a natural.
Yeah. You, as you're starting to prepare this spell, as you're feeling through the weaves of magic, you look at this creature and you can gather. You've seen magical constructs like this before. It's not seeing through eyes. It's not hearing through ears. You don't think the spell will take effect. You realise this before you've consumed a spell slot, essentially.
I tell you, yeah, okay. As like he's beginning the spell and he realizes this, he's going to switch and alter the spell that he's casting. And to be fair, he's going to keep it at the same level to compensate for that
That's
knowledge lapse. He's going to cast Witch Bolt at level 2.
Okay. As you start to weave the energies, the light almost seems to react to you, starts to turn blue as you're standing near it. You cast your witch bolt through it, but doesn't seem to strike the creature. It just zips past its head.
God damn it!
Off to a cracking start.
It's not my fault, they never stay still! And then it's my zombie's turn,
Yep.
who will probably
They'll start
walk.
to move forwards.
Shamble, shamble, shamble.
You just told them to attack, didn't you?
Oh god.
I told them to attack the creature.
I mean, yeah, they understand the Zordar. What you didn't tell them to do specifically is move around the pool. So you watch as your zombies start to shamble
Life
forwards.
preservation.
They're literally dead.
They have death.
The last thing they
preservation.
have is life preservation. You watch as your zombies start to move, and you see one of them step straight into this pool. You see like it splashes into the water shimmers as it steps in. How much was that? 10? 15? 20? The others start to move up. And as they run out of movement, unfortunate.
So my zombie didn't explode instantaneously in the light?
Well, that's the concerning part. As it stops moving, it wobbles on its feet for a second, and it starts to lift up off the ground.
I have to say, I don't like that the zombie that's in the pool is the only one marked as a hostile.
Oh, for God's sake.
I think that might just...
Why are these tokens still marked as hostile?
I mean, technically speaking, they could be.
This has been a problem the entire time. You watch as the zombie starts to float up in this beam of light. And you watch it as it floats up. About 60 feet up, it reaches the top of the temple, shoots out as the beam of light changes direction, presumably towards the star.
Well, which one was that?
That was Derek.
Oh.
Oh no, Derek!
Damn it, Derek.
Oh my.
Oh Christ!
You,
Is it safe to
Valis,
say-
you feel your connection with
Yes.
one of your zombies snap.
I will quickly shout to the others, around the light, you fools!
At least Derek was mechanically the worst, I think.
Yeah, I think.
That's
Yeah,
like-
'cause Derek was the original, wasn't he?
Derek
Rest in
was
peace,
the OG.
Derek. He is ascended now.
God, he almost made it through the whole campaign.
Just
God, it was
like
Saturday.
the Emperor of the people he was once part of, he has ascended.
Every Saturday, we start this stream, and a Discord channel I'm in starts exploding because they finished their event at 9 on a Saturday. Every week, without fail.
And every week you forget to mute it.
Every week I forget to mute it. Anyway, as you watch Derek disappear, you... Apologies. There. My throat doesn't want me to speak today. You look back down towards where the massive figure of Sol, twice the normal size but still the sort of same blobby shape, stands in front of the Zodar, which seems much the same shape in fact. And the Zodar looks, his head turns and the two, what you assume to be eye slits, look towards Sol. He reaches out one hand and slams into the goopy mass that is Sol. And the pound doesn't roll because Foundry hates me today. There we go.
With disadvantage.
Thank you. The lowest is a 25.
That does not hit. Oh, wait, hang on. No, that does hit. Just a bit.
That is 42 total force damage.
You fucking what?
That's what I said, yes. Slams its fists into you, and as its fists retract, you see the arms and the hands begin to glow with the same blue light as the helmet. Make me Constitution save.
Oh no.
Oh no.
That's not good.
Ugh.
There's not a save.
Well, it's been a
That's not
fun
good.
session, guys. I'll sit this one out.
You feel this energy contract around you. And you all watch as Sol disappears.
Wait, what?
Sol, you look around, confused for a moment. The orientation of this room's changed. You have been teleported. And you take 10 force damage.
Goody gumdrops.
Huh. Okay.
much. The Zordar just turns towards the rest of you. The eye slits fix on each of you in turn.
At the same
At the back of the
time,
room. No, in turn. It goes around. It doesn't grow an
I guess
extra one.
sanity roll.
an extra eye and it moves.
And you just hear at the back of the room quietly a small laugh coming from Prince Zeleth. Clearly his champion has the upper hand. But nonetheless, Sol.
I'm just reading. Being enlarged doesn't change my carry capacity, does it?
Technically no.
No.
Because it doesn't change your physical strength, it just changes, it just gives you advantage on strength.
Is the Zodar floating right now?
Yes, but sort of a couple of inches above the ground. It's not like
Yeah, but it would
intentionally
imply
floating, it
that
just seems like it doesn't walk on its feet.
But if it is currently floating, that would imply that its weight is not on the floor and maybe maneuverable.
Yes. You
Okay,
could assume
cool.
as much.
I'm going to move back over. 5, 7, 15, 20. I can get over. Neom, going around, but
Zoomies.
I would like to try and grapple it because I feel like fighting this thing is not going to be good, and I have an idea.
Okay.
What do I need to roll for grapple? Athletics, right?
Athletics or acrobatics.
Which I have an advantage because I'm big.
You have advantage on strength because you're big, yes.
Natural 20.
Nice.
Yeah,
Total
you-
27.
Slam into it as it seems to be processing its next target almost. The enormous mass of Sol just slips around each of you. You see his form change as he moves around, slams straight into Zordar, grabs onto it.
Fantastic.
You have it grappled.
I would like to move it into the beam of light and let go.
Okay.
Go with Derek.
Do you have enough movement left for that? It's going to be... You're moving at half your movement speed when you move something you're grappling, so...
I do. If
but it's bigger.
I do. If I pop a bonus action of Step of the Wind, then I have more than enough movement.
Okay.
I'm hoping this works because that thing almost killed me with 2 attacks.
Alright. You shift the Zordar. Just heave it around your hip. Typical hip throw. Into the beam of light. Do you want it further in or do you want it there? There's enough to be in the pool, for reference.
Let's get it a little. Well, no, we'll leave it there because I don't think I have a reach and I don't want to be in the pool like myself.
Okay.
I've used action, bonus action, movement. I don't think there's anything else I can do, so I'm going to just hope that it doesn't murderize me.
Alright.
It's going to be my turn. And I will have let go of it as well, specifically.
Okay. So it's no longer grappled.
Yeah, I want it to fly away. I don't want to go with it.
Preferably. Room?
Yeah, I'm thinking along the same lines as Sol. I'm just trying to find the shield thing. Okay. So I'm gonna move up. And I'm going to try and attack him.
Alright.
Nice.
You strike out, your long sword just skims off its armour. Doesn't seem to connect.
Okay. Now it says I can use a bonus action to try and shove it. Do we have that as a setup, or is it different?
No, but
or...
just say, I want to use a bonus action to try and shove it, I suppose.
Yeah, no, that's what I want to try and do. I want to try and shove it more into the light, but obviously shoving it, in theory...
Yeah,
if it
it
has
would be an
feet, would make it
athletics check
stumble.
against its athletics, so...
Athletics. I'm not great at that, but let's give it a go. Oh.
Have it. Okay. I would have it roll at disadvantage because it's floating, but actually both times it's rolled natural 1 on this athletics
Oh my
check.
god, that's fantastic.
2 in a row. Didn't roll my ones out.
Wow.
So yeah, your longsword skitters off it, but while it's sort of distracted from that, you just slam the shield into it, shove it further into the light. It floats into the centre of this beam. The light starts to get bluer and bluer. Oop, it actually went off. And pressed the wrong button.
Yeah, so that's all from me right now.
Alright. Anything from Raslin?
No, I used my bonus action.
Oh yes, you did. Fair enough. Alright. Calatrix.
I am going to hold an action. I would like to cast Moonbeam at 3rd level, I think. No, 4th level, because I don't have any 3rd level spell slots left. Basically centered on the point if it chooses to leave the beam. Like,
Specifically if it chooses to leave the beam.
yeah.
Okay.
So basically I'd like to, if it somehow manages to escape the beam, I would like to put Moonbeam on it.
Okay.
And that's pretty much my turn.
Alright. And Velis.
Jeez. I don't know whether I might be holding my action too. Yeah, I think Valis is also going to be holding his action in anticipation of what's about to happen to it with the light, and has a plan to do something should it step out of the beam.
You'll have to state your action for held action.
Oh, damn it.
So you need to tell me what you want to do and what the trigger will be.
So I will specifically be summoning demons on this thing if it steps out of the beam.
Okay. And just for your reference as well, if you are holding a spell as a held action, even if the trigger doesn't happen, you will use that spell slot.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Just so we're clear.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Do you want to change the order for your zombies, or do you still want them to move in attack?
Oh shit, yeah. I'll be like, wait, to the zombies.
Okay. And
Don't
you see
step into the light.
their weight sort of been shifting forwards as they slowly shuffle towards the thing, and as you shout wait, you see them both sort of wobble on their feet at the edge of this pool. And they wait and stare. As you look around, you see several of the Astral Elf guards around the room that obviously wear the same armour, that are very, angry or upset about seeing the zombies in that armour. But they don't seem to be doing anything yet. Alright. And Zizodar.
I'm terrified of this thing.
He's going to shift forwards.
Did it not get lifted up?
It did not. As it reaches out its hands, you see them start to glow. And it reaches out and slams one fist towards you, Sol. Oops. The other one slams out towards Rune. Sol, 16 to hit.
Meets it, beats it.
Ouch.
Yep.
That is 17 force damage.
Sol is unconscious.
Okay.
But I don't
As
think
you
it
feel,
goes small.
as it
because-
slams into you, you feel it almost just a last bit of focus you have before you go down. Feels like it wasn't striking to kill you as you fall into unconsciousness.
Well, that's kind of it. Doesn't make me feel any better.
Rune, the other fist slams out towards you. That's a 20 to hit.
I think that's a miss. 1 second. Yeah, it's a miss.
Okay. But as it does that, you feel this energy start to gather around you. Make me a Constitution save.
Constitution.
Oh no.
Yeah, you feel this energy gather around you. Everything goes bright for a second, and you're elsewhere in the room. You blink around for a second, trying to gather your. You were over there before, and now you're over here.
Rude.
And you take 15 force damage.
Ooh. Okay.
And as the Zordar sort of returns to its standing pose, you see the beam of light flickers. The Zordar starts to lift up slowly. Up 10 feet, 15 feet. Blue light starts to glow around the entirety of its armor, and it stops in place 15 feet off the ground.
What a fucker.
Oops, that didn't apply. Okay. The light beam doesn't seem to be capturing it. And as the combat round comes back to start, you hear Sol, as you're sort of fading in and out of consciousness, you hear Princess Sadali trying to start a chant. You hear members of this crowd going, Sol, 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 Sol. As the crowd starts to chant, you all feel this power gathering around you. All of you gain 20 temporary hit points.
Ooh.
Sol, this also brings you back to consciousness at 1 physical hit point and 20 temporary hit points.
Okay.
As you were sort of falling into your goop form, you just feel this and suddenly jerk back up.
Bring back up. Okay, cool. So, I'm big. Can I still hit this guy even though he's 15
You can,
feet
yes.
up?
He's within your reach.
Right. Fuck trying to play nice. I'm just gonna punch the shit out of him.
That's
Let's
fair.
just make this. I'm just gonna punch him. Nothing fancy. Sol is angry. Kawak.
Yeah, you just reach up and strike straight into the torso of it, and you feel it sort of dent as you strike.
And then a second Kawak.
Second one doesn't seem to have an effect. You swing the other fist, it doesn't seem to. It just glances off the armor.
Okay. Shit, I should have tried to make that first one a stunning strike.
I'll let you go back and do it if you wish.
I will attempt to make that first one a stunning strike. Please.
Yeah, it is stunned.
Could I take that second attack with advantage?
I just want to point out for a moment that A, it would need to roll a natural 1 for that, and B, that's its third natural 1 in a row.
Oh my god.
It's the only reason we're still alive.
It really is. The dice are saving you right now.
Fantastic.
It is stunned. 15 feet in the air. It
Would
remains 15 feet in the air.
Would I be able to make that second attack with advantage then?
Yes, you can go ahead and stick the advantage on that.
Yeah!
That will in fact connect.
Okay, I'm gonna use the flurry of blows and hit it 2 more times.
Alright.
With advantage, because I'm
Yes.
not. Wham wham.
The first one glances off it again, the second one strikes. You are starting to see sort of small dents in the armor where the concentrated power of the crystals in your fist strike against it. But it sort of seems like there's a lot more armor to dent.
Yeah. And that's gonna be my turn. Yes, that's my turn.
Alright. Rune.
So. Okay. I think I know what I'm doing. It might not be at all helpful, but. Yeah, let's give it a go. I am going to move back up.
What's this track in the combat list?
Yeah. So I'm going to move back up and I'm going to try something. I'm going to try to do heat metal.
Ooh.
Okay.
Just to... I mean, this whole thing is metal. I mean, I know it's magical, but heat rises.
It does appear to be metal.
You know, there's something in there. Let's see what happens.
Okay. You focus on the creature. And you try to channel the energies of heating... Oops. I didn't have the token selected. It gave me an error message. You channel the energies of heating metal. You try to grasp the essence of this creature with your magics, and it just doesn't quite seem to catch. Seems to have saved that.
Okay, so I'm just gonna get Baslin round on this. That's really close. That's this other side, and just kick him.
Okay.
How far can
I mean-
Rattle in reach?
Yeah, I've
He is
just
15
remembered.
feet up.
Yeah, I've just remembered
He's
that.
sort
Extendo hooves.
Just climb up the Sol. There's plenty of him.
Razzle's basically a goat, right?
Trying, okay.
Mounting up.
They lean at like a 2-degree angle, they'll be able to climb up, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, misses anyway. So
Yeah, unfortunately.
he tried.
I wish I had an action to have been able to pull this thing down. Sorry about that, guys.
So,
Just left it up there. Alright. Is that everything you, Rune?
yeah, that's all I can do.
Alright. Calatrix. Unfortunately, it seems to have stayed in the beam.
That's fine. Do we want it lower?
Sol can reach it. Nobody else can.
Can I use, like, Thorn Whip to pull it down by, like, 10 feet?
If it connects, yeah. You can pull it closer to you. In this case, that will be down.
Yeah.
Yeah, you whip out your hand, summon the thorny whip, and it just wraps around the ankle of this thing and yanks it down.
Would that also be an advantage in the case of the crit?
It is, yes. If you want to roll that again.
Always try it for a crit, you never know.
That's true.
We really need them.
You just want to pull it 10 feet straight down.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's easy enough. And now it's within reach of everybody else. It's still hovering a bit above the ground, but it's within reach of people who have regular reach. There's no norms here.
Yeah. I think I'm good, other than that.
Alright. Valis.
Valis. Well, he would like to try that. He's going to just shoot chromatic orbs. With. I'm gonna go with lightning damage at this thing.
Okay. Nice crit.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, you fling the sphere of crackling lightning towards the creature, and it slams into the side of this creature and crackles along the arm, crackles up the shoulder, up onto the neck, or what you think is a neck. It's odd shape of having a neck, but it does connect. Takes the full damage from that.
Yes. That'll be my my plan right there.
Okay. Zombies?
They can hold.
Currently they're waiting.
They will have to go in the light to fight right now, so yeah, just gonna be like, yeah, they can just stand there.
Okay. They just sort of wobble a bit on their feet.
Yes.
One of them sort of has one toe in the water, in the pool where the light's emitting from. You just see occasionally its foot starts to lift off the ground slightly, and as it wobbles back, it wobbles out of the light, its foot falls back down. It just keeps repeating this. Okay. And the Zeldar is still stunned. What it does this turn is be stunned.
Very impressive turn there.
You just see, it doesn't even seem to... It doesn't make any physical indicator that it's stunned. It just hovers there as you stare at it and doesn't seem to make any action. And Sol.
Sol is considering if it's worth trying to heal, because it does so much damage, I almost feel like it's not worth it.
One of the last hit point matters.
If I was to heal, I'd get a max of 9 back. It can definitely hit me for more than that, so let's not bother. Let us instead punch it.
That's a
Kapow.
good plan. That's a hit. You managed to connect with... As it's gotten lower, you can quite easily strike sort of the head and the upper chest.
I'd like to
So you
be
sort of
that
strike down
asshole
to it.
and make it a stunning strike.
Okay.
I suppose we'll find out whether or not it is stunned when my turn ends.
It's rolled another natural one.
Oh my god!
It's going to use legendary resistance because fuck that.
Okay, fair enough. Cool, right. Okay, cool, let's make this next punch a lightning punch, since that seemed to work well when
The
Valis
save this thing has rolled this entire time has been a natural one.
Hey!
Oh goddamn.
Have some tasty lightning.
Yeah, you managed to... You're above it, given you the size of you, so you can just strike straight down to the head of it.
Cool, flurry of blows, and let's throw 2 more punches at it.
Alright.
Both lightning.
Zappity. First one connects, you feel your fist slam into where you already left a dent. Last one, unfortunately, is just a bad angle, it slipped off the shoulder.
And then it turns to look up at me, and I know it's not stunned.
Yep. It just sort of shifts slightly, you see it look up towards you.
Oh dear, I'm in
Well,
danger.
towards where your head is, considering there's a lot of you. But
Okay, actually, what I might do, just because I know it is still stunned till the end of my turn, and I'm
Yes.
kind of fucked. Sorry, Rune, I'm going to move away.
yeah, it is still stunned for the time.
I'm just
that
going to
it
jump
takes to do that.
backwards, just so I'm out of its range.
Okay.
That's going to be my turn.
And Rune.
Can I actually reach it?
Yeah, it's been shifted down with
Yeah.
Xaryxis Thorn Whip now, so it's within range of your longsword. I mean, it's essentially, it's floating at about, its chest is about your eye level, so it's like
Okay.
within range, it's like fighting a very tall person.
Okay, yeah,
Stab
so
it
I'm
in the
just gonna...
groin.
Stab him in the groin.
I'm just going to attack it.
Yeah, you strike forward, your longsword seems to find a gap between 2 of the armor plates, and you slash into it.
And second attack.
Should be an
Nice.
advantage if it's still dazed.
No,
It's not
stunned
stunned.
Oh, it's
It stops at the end of Sol's turn. But yeah, both your attacks managed to strike into gaps in the armor this time, so...
And then I'm going to use my bonus action, the same as before, and trying to shove him back.
Okay.
It was athletics, wasn't it?
It's athletics, yes. Things are looking up.
Wow.
It does not react as you just put all your weight into it and it just hovers there. Like, even though it's not touching the ground and all you know about science says you should be able to move it, it just stays in place.
Okay.
It's just like we're trying to push Superman.
Yep, that's all I can do.
Alright. Calatrix.
I think I'm gonna cast Guiding Bolt at it.
Go for it. Yeah, you managed to focus. Looking at where runes struck, you aim for the same sort of area, the gap in the plates, and you manage to just slam the guiding bolt in there. Slides in, and the glow starts to gather around it. The advantage on whoever next strikes it.
Wonderful. And then I am
Like
going
you do the damage, because that's important too.
to move over here.
Run away!
Yeah.
Alright. Nothing else from you?
No, I'm good.
Alright. Valis.
How's it looking?
It looks like a giant armoured creature that's trying to murder you and hovers in the air.
Yeah.
It has basically, other than the slight dents where Soul's crystals have struck it, there's no indicator that this thing has taken any damage. It doesn't change how it moves at all. It doesn't seem to have any dents or gashes in the armour, like any serious ones. It's not leaking anything out of anything. You're not even sure if you're doing anything considerable to it.
Okay, I'm gonna attempt to summon some demons in front of it. Specifically
Okay.
the space below it on the map.
I was going to say, he runs a bit.
Not in the light.
Awkward. Okay. Summon lesser lemons. Roll me a d6.
Damn cursive.
That'd be
Get
4
my-
demons.
Lemon list. 1 second.
Just gonna get crowded with 4. Shit. At least it's not 8.
True.
That would have been really crowded. There's a good chance with 8 they would have started attacking us.
I mean, they are still hostile to all creatures anyway.
I know, that's why I was kind of hoping
Yeah, they are
for just
hostile to
1
all
or 2.
creatures. They are CR 1/2. They are CR 1/2, which I believe leaves you at 1 creature, actually. Might have to check that. 1 second. My list of CR 1/2 demons seems lacking. Okay, just be a moment. Didn't have this one prepared. Let's think. Where's the CR table in here?
You should always have these prepared when you have a necromancer like me. Or like Valis on the field.
Like you specifically.
What did you say they are, Josh? 1/2?
CR 1/2.
It looks like Cackler is the only thing that's a 1/2 demon. Which is from Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica, so that makes life
Yeah,
awkward.
that's what I was aiming for. There aren't any CR 1/2 demons in default. Fuck it. It's going to have to be Upper Rebos, I think. Which
I mean,
means I'm going to have
we
to
could trade it for 2 demons.
I think what CR1 demons there are, actually.
Yeah, CR1, you've got more demon, Quasit, and that's it. More demon or Quasit.
Oh, and Imps. Imps is CR1 as well. I actually have those, so we're going to go with that. Draw me a D2, Andy. Imps or Quasits.
A D2.
Yeah.
I got a 1.
2 imps. So yeah, you feel the spell almost searching for a moment.
As if it was opening a giant book in front of it, trying to work out how the hell does
As if it was opening a giant book, trying to figure out why there aren't any CR 1/2 demons in the default list when the spell allows you to summon CR 1/2 demons.
Yeah.
But eventually you feel the spell gather, so you're wanting them both in the space below.
Yeah.
And you see the tiny forms of 2 imps jet out, and they just sort of look around confused for a moment and scowl at everything around them.
Oh, they're cute.
They act as a group, if I remember correctly.
They
As a
do.
group which has its own turns, yes, they do. Demons pursuing attack nearest non-demons, okay.
God, wouldn't it be horrible if it turned out that Zodar's class as demons?
That would be bad.
Okay. Anything else from you, Valis? Sorry about that.
No.
Alright. And the Zeldar looks around it. Target rich environment. 1, 2. Oh, that's awkward. I will be clear, I did roll for it, it is fair. The Zordar reaches out its hands and slams into both of the imps.
Has it just killed them?
Yes!
Oh my god.
Very heavily so.
Rather the imps than Rune.
Yeah, roll the
just
instant
see-
rune.
Sort of, the magic portals tear into existence, these two tiny imps fly out, and Zordar just reaches out its hands and just squishes them both.
Oh no!
They're still admiring their surroundings.
Yep. They barely even get into the
They got
plane.
shell lock.
They didn't even decide what they were doing with their new life.
Zordar just reaches out and just squishes them. And then its eye slits turn towards you, Rune. Its arms glow again.
Oh no.
Make me a constitution save.
I have to get teleported.
Constitution.
Oh my
Fucking hell.
goodness.
Yeah, you feel yourself disappearing once again. You teleport away. I think I have to put you in a wall there. Sorry. you teleport away slightly less in a wall. You take 21 force damage.
Oof. 21. Okay.
Alright, and Sol.
Yeah.
You see these two. You see the space in front of you just tear up, and these two imps come out and just splat. There's just splashes of demon blood on the floor now.
Well, I'm gonna stand in the demon blood, and I'm going to wallop it some more. Bludgeoning damage. Pow.
First attack's at advantage.
Oh
It
yes.
is, yes, because I got him bolt.
Hey.
Nice.
That
I'm
hits.
worried that I've got one key point left. I can either use it for flurry of blows or to try and stun it again.
Stun it! For God's sake, stun the fuck.
We know it has at least it's used a legendary resistance. I don't know if it has any more. And also it has to roll like a nat 1 for it to work. So I think it's a very, very low chance. I'm just gonna keep hitting it. Let's punch it again. That misses. Last key point. Flurry of blows. Fuck me.
No, you just can't seem to. Maybe it's the demon blood on the floor. You can't quite get the footing to get the right leverage on these strikes. They're all just skimming off the armor.
Right. Well, that is going to be. That's gonna be my go.
Alright. Staying there.
Well, it's gonna get an attack of opportunity if I move,
That is accurate.
and I can't survive if it hits me.
Fair enough.
So
Alright.
I kind of have to.
Rune. You seem to have moved again. The room is getting more and more confusing every time. Your head is warped as you teleport around this place.
I'm thinking about doing that caustic brew, but I'm able to do it in diagonal so it doesn't get Sol and Razlim. It's 5 feet wide, so would that just be...
You'd be standing in Valis's space, or the space between Valis and the light,
Yeah.
to make that diagonal line. Which you can get to. You can get to that space sort of in front of Valis, the diagonal space from Valis,
Yeah. Okay.
and be able to
No,
shoot a line through.
That's what I just wanted to double check, whether that line would only get Zoldar.
Yeah, if you move down one more space, like you're standing in the pool then, but you're in that diagonal line, and then you've got enough movement to get out again.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll do Plastic Brew.
Just carefully position yourself so that you can strike between them. Squirt out the blast of acid. And you see it doesn't seem to dodge this. The acid just splashes straight up the centre of it. And it just starts to drip off the armour. Doesn't seem to have made any effect.
Okay. I'm gonna. Razlin will just dodge.
Okay.
That's it for me.
Caltrix.
I've been playing with the ring, Zidali's ring,
Yes.
and I think I would like to use it, expand 2 charges of it to do the ball lightning one.
Alright.
I would like to probably summon the ball of lightning. I'm very confused about how this actually works. So,
Okay. So, the number of spheres you summon, like essentially the damage is spread between them. Since there's
Yeah.
only one target, you probably want to summon one sphere and
Yes.
slam it into it.
yes.
And then the rest of it isn't properly described there. Let me get the ball lightning up. A second. Helpfully undescribed. Okay.
Make like little mines essentially that then go off if a creature moves by them.
Yeah, pretty much. When a creature comes towards one of the spheres that you've placed down, it will then get zapped for 2d8.
Cool. But I think I just want to make one and like slam it into this dude. So I think that would be an action and a bonus action based around how that's written.
Yeah,
Cool.
but also
Let's-
remember that if it was in 5 feet of that thing, it would probably be within 5 feet of Razlin's Sol, depending on where you're
Damn it.
positioning it.
Unless you put
Um,
it here.
Your curse is hidden.
Probably like in the pool. Can I? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'd like to do.
Okay. So you summon your ball of lightning. This is 100% lightning, don't question the colour.
Ring's a bit dirty.
Yellow lightning.
Summon your ball of lightning. I don't know why that was the colour. I think I was drawing grass or something at some point. And you
Also, yeah.
move it towards the creature such that it will get zapped. Make a dex saving throw at disadvantage because it's made of metal. Top tips. Can you roll me 2d8 for the potential damage of that? Yeah. And you watch as you start to weave this sphere, the power blasts out of the ring, forms this sphere, and you pull it back towards you to shift the sphere into the Zordar. As it slams in, you see the lightning crackle up the Zordar's legs and up into its chest. It does seem to have taken damage from that, and then the sphere disappears.
Wonderful. Yeah. Also, I've just found where Periwinkle's token was, so I've moved it over like she's been riding on Kelly's shoulder the whole time.
You're just hiding in a corner because I kept trying to move tokens and it was awkward.
That's cool. But
I've just realised that you didn't have charges on your ring. Let me fix that, and then you'll be able to track those properly.
Yeah, cool.
One special. Charges, some number of... Okay. Yeah, it has 6 charges, just used 2, so it had 4. It was fully charged before you got it. Okay, sorted.
Sweet. Thank you.
Anything else from you? Sorry.
No, I think I'm good.
Alright. Valis. see this crackling ball of lightning zap through the pool and slam into it. Still doesn't seem like it's not reacting like it's taking any damage, to be sure. It's still floating in the same place, not really moving at all.
Interesting. I'm gonna fire another chromatic orb at it.
Okay.
But I'm gonna change it up. I'm gonna try acid damage.
Just
You
check
did
that.
just see acid slipped off it when
Never
Rune tried it.
mind!
You are intelligent enough to understand what that means. In character, at least.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not intelligent enough to remember what damage has been hidden.
Fire, lightning, and acid has been used. Only lightning seems to have worked out of the ones we've used.
I'm gonna try.
For reference, the fire was saved.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna try thunder damage.
Put your earplugs in, everybody.
And it's gonna hit someone else.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
I mean, there's a big target stood next to it.
You watch as you summon the orb, and as you release it from your hands, you realise it's slightly off-centre, and it floats into the centre of the pool, floats into the beam of light, and starts to float off up in the air.
We just hear a loud bang.
As it gets towards the top of the temple, you just hear this bang as it detonates, and some small stones fall down from the top of the temple.
And a person.
The priest sort of looks up and looks back at you. Very disappointed look on his face.
I just look at him and like, well, don't have a giant hoover in the middle. And
else from you? Okay. Zombies, still waiting?
Yeah.
Okay. And Zodar going to look towards its targets. One in each, as it turns out. As you see its fists start to glow once again. And it slams. Yeah. With a 34, it is going to hit Sol.
That misses, Josh.
Oh, never mind then.
Oh, wait, no, I checked. I was looking at the wrong number. I was looking at movement. That's the only number that's higher than that.
That is 12 force damage to you.
Can
Okay.
sorry,
Still
am I? We're within 5 feet, aren't we?
You're not. Raslin is.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Can Raslin use the deflect attack to give him disadvantage on that?
Sure. With disadvantage, he rolls a 34.
Oh.
I'm not even joking. He rolled the same number.
I tried.
I appreciate it.
Okay, we need the old other dice back, Josh, please.
Yeah, can you start rolling?
Swap them
once
out again. And as Raslin's hooves slam in, trying to deflect this attack, the Zordar sort of turns towards Raslin. The other fist slams out towards Raslin.
You may have just killed Raslin.
That's a 21 to hit, which will hit.
Technically, Raslin was dodging. I don't know if that matters. How much that matters.
That's a 21 to hit, which will hit for 24 force damage.
Long.
Okay.
It had rolled with disadvantage. The 21 was a low.
Okay.
And you see Raslin slam his hooves into this creature. As the fist slams into Raslin, he disappears.
Oh no.
Oh.
And you realise he has been moved around. As your head's spinning around the room trying to spot him again, you realise he's also been teleported away. And Sol.
This thing, it's punched and battered. It's not showing any sign of hurt at this point, is it?
Not really. It doesn't seem to be slowing down at all. There's very minor dents in it where you've been striking it with the magical crystals in your fist. It gives way to those, but doesn't seem to have affected it at all as you've been doing that. Prince Zeleth is in the back looking very smug.
I'm going to attempt to grapple it again.
Okay. It is within your reach. Yep, you wrap your massive arms around it, and it is once again grappled.
This thing is kicking our ass.
Accurate.
It can stop itself. I believe I have a good grip on it, and I'm going to walk forwards while holding it into the light and hold on tight.
I will ask you once, are you sure you want to do this?
I'm holding on tight.
Alright then.
Because either we'll go together, or I'll be holding onto it and not move with it.
I mean, that's fair.
But Sol does not want... He's felt how hard this thing hits. He does not want this thing to hit his friends.
Okay then. Is that everything from you?
Potentially.
Okay. At the
That
end of
is
your
my
turn,
turn.
you feel the magics wrap around you. You start to lift up off the ground. Make me a strength saving throw.
Which I still have an advantage because I'm grappling.
Yes.
Saving throw. Oh, that's not great.
As you feel your arms slip off the Zordar, and you start to rise up in the air, and you all see Sol rising up into the air. Does anybody want to do anything to try and grab him as he's rising?
Can I use my bonus action?
Yes, I forgot.
To fire out my pseudopod to try and grab the thing again?
Does Valis see what's powering this beam?
As far as you can tell, it's magical. It's just there's the water at the bottom here that seems to be emanating this light, and the light goes up, and you saw from outside the light then goes to the star in the center of this system.
So the only thing I think of that I have that like may help is Thorn Whip. But other than that, I literally have no way to grab you. So
Sol, your pseudopod can't lift more than 10 pounds. Unfortunately, you are more than 10 pounds.
Is he more than 10 pounds if he's floating right now?
I never wrote down how much I
Physics.
wish I did write down.
Well, you
Listen,
weigh 8 times whatever it was, and I'm sure you weighed more than a pound before.
230 times 8, that's about 10, right?
He does still have mass. Think fast.
So if whatever we're doing now, this is not on our turn, right?
This will be your reaction for the turn.
Okay.
So you have essentially one action's worth of something if you think you can do something to stop Sol from floating away.
I've got healing spells. I'm gonna try Thorn Whip to try and like pull him out of the thing 10 feet towards me.
That doesn't hit me.
Oh.
No,
Can
your
you
thorn
let
whip
it?
just.
Can you let it
Actually,
in?
no. Wait,
No.
wait. I have inspiration because you give it to us every session, and I
I
wait.
do,
never
and nobody ever uses it. You are
But
correct.
it's
I already had advantage. Yes!
Yeah. Sol, you feel this thorn whip claws around the bottom of your ankle, essentially. You are a creature as large or smaller. And Calatrix pulls you out of the beam.
And I rolled really low for damage, so I didn't even really hurt you that much.
That much.
That was a great
As
damage
you
roll.
started to feel yourself almost fading away around the edges, this thorn whip grabs you and pulls you out of the beam, and you slam to the ground.
This
You
asshole.
take 3 piercing damage from.
The good news is you
stabbed
can
with
try
thorns,
that
I
again.
suppose.
He just didn't move.
That's because you didn't roll high enough. Get a grip, man.
Colour
He's
the
very, he's very slick.
Mold yourself
colour's the
around him
light?
into a backpack.
I already had
He's
advantage.
glaring at you
No.
very disapprovingly from Calatrix's shoulder.
What colour is the light?
It's a sort of palish blue. It seems to shift from blue to white and back to blue. As seemingly. He is blue.
Okay.
Oh, I've turned the light off again by accident.
I'm playing with the light switch.
That's too easy. Should have set up an animation script for this and not had to change it manually. Okay, that was the end of your turn, Sol. Unfortunately.
It was.
So. Rune, you've seen Sol just get grabbed out of this beam. Looked very concerning. The Zordar has not moved. Does not ungrappled. So.
I don't know. He's a bit of a tough cookie, this guy.
Can I just check on what's actually? He's technically floating and suspended in the light right now, right?
Yes.
Oh. I didn't even
It's-
just walk away and say we won. He can't move.
I mean,
He's trapped.
to be fair, I don't think he's been given a chance to be able to step out yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, the light doesn't seem to be grabbing him the way it grabbed other things. You can tell that much. It seems more like he isn't moving because he doesn't want to move.
Yeah. Just thinking of just. See, my thought process right now is literally just. Maybe. It might not be the best, but maybe just leave him alone.
This is a trial by combat.
It's
You don't
a
win
trial
it by
by
leaving
combat.
him alone.
But, like.
It's a trial by combat to the death. That was what we were told coming
death.
into this. We can't just walk away, otherwise the princess will not be allowed to rule, and then we'll probably be arrested and executed anyway.
Can we not just
We have to win this.
assassinate the other guy?
Don't think legally that's how it works.
It's not
But it
how trials by combat
wouldn't
work.
give the same amount. Okay, fine.
But if you are considering it, he is in the room.
Yeah,
No, put
and
him
I've
in
been
room
the
as well,
smug
that's all.
little laugh that we heard.
I put him in the room twice by accident instead of putting his sister there. Don't question that.
Twins.
It's the priest.
Oh, what's that
There are
people say?
various, around the edge of the room, there are various guards and civilians that are sort of watching, but they're stepping out of your way as you move around.
They
Okay.
chant our names again.
I will try Sacred Flame on it. Oh my god.
Okay. Yeah, the Sacred Flame does slam into it for a grand total of 3 radiant damage.
Yeah, I don't really have anything lightning. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
Right then. And Calatrix.
Sacred Flame seems like a good idea. Let's do that. highs and lows.
Failed its save again.
Brilliant.
And your radiant damage also slams into it. So there's a couple of slight scorch marks on the armor now where the sacred flames have struck it. Anything
Okay.
else from you?
Maybe just to move a little bit. I'm good.
All right. Valis.
Yes. Oh dear. Valis is going to... Valis is going to Starlight Step.
All right.
Right behind the prince. And then I'm casting Blight.
And your target is. Okay. All right then. Make me a sleight of hand check.
Oh, I'm shit at that.
That doesn't surprise me.
Don't forget about your inspiration if you need to use it, Andy.
Yes, what does it do?
It gives you advantage on one roll or save.
Oh, I will take my inspiration on this sleight of hand check out of my own free will and no help needed.
Sounds about right.
What?
Do you want to roll it with advantage?
Oh my god!
Okay, yeah. So you carefully starlight step in complete silence behind Prince Zeleth, attempting to be as stealthy as possible so as not to break the rules of trial by combat. You summon the weaves of necromantic energy to cast Blight, muttering the words to it, making it look like your target is a Zordar. And then in the final gesture before that cast, you slap Prince Zeleth across the back of the head.
Wow. So discreet.
And he also saved from the spell.
I mean, that pretty much sums up Valis, I think.
It pretty much does.
Yeah.
As the prince just slowly turns around, gives you this incredibly disapproving look.
Doesn't do half as much damage anyway.
The priest sort of leans past him and goes, "The trial by combat is forfeit if you strike the prince.
It does still
Please
do
do not
damage,
do it
Josh.
again." It does still do damage, yes. But he saved. It's what I was getting at. He doesn't do very much damage overall.
Okay.
Nobody seems to notice that it happened in the midst of you slapping him in the back of the head. But it does take effect.
God.
The priest sort of leans round and warns you about interfering in the trial while
being
the champion is
scolded.
nominated and up.
Oh, Christ on a cracker.
And the Zordar turns its head tracking until it sees you, Sol, and it floats over. Floats down to the ground.
Does it stop floating upwards?
It's not floating upwards at all. He just floats down to the ground, its feet settle in this pool of water, and its
Well,
fist
friends.
strikes out at you.
It's been grand. But I think I'm going unconscious again.
That's a 22 to hit
That'll do it.
for 18 damage.
And
Four
Sol
damage.
hits the ground again.
And again, you do feel like it struck you to unconsciousness. It didn't strike you to death. But you are, nonetheless, unconscious. And its other fist whips out and strikes Merrick the First with a 33 to hit for
Wow.
exactly 28 force damage, which is its health.
Ah, Merrick.
And Valis, you watch as the armor around your zombie companion just crumples as it's struck,
God damn it.
and it falls to the ground. As the Zordar reaches out its hand, it makes a gesture. And Valis, make me a Constitution save.
Why are you making a gesture at me?
It is making a gesture at you, yes.
I pressed the button.
You just not go for some reason.
I'm pressing the button. It's not doing anything.
It might be popped under your character sheet. Do you want to check? Because it pops out a little box for ability or saving throw.
No.
Weird. Okay. Just roll me a d20 and add the relevant bonus. If your character sheet doesn't want to do it for some reason.
10.
Okay. You feel this energy gather around you. And you are teleported to this square in front of the Zordar. Standing next to the crumpled bodies of Sol and Merrick the First.
Can I turn Sol into a zombie?
I'm not dead.
He's not dead.
Valis doesn't know.
Oh my god.
You're relatively aware of what Sol looks like when he's unconscious. It's not the first time. And as the magic gathers around you, you take 31 force damage. Sol.
Yep.
You are
Konnichiwa.
unconscious and stable, so you don't need to make death saves, but if you don't have any way to get yourself up, we'll go past you.
If I don't have any way to wake myself up from unconsciousness,
Yes.
well, I don't have a perioperative wound closure, so that will be a no.
Right then.
You do have
Rude.
Valis's tea.
No, I don't. I drank that previously.
Chugged
Yeah,
it.
And then you weren't here previous session, so you didn't offer them out to people again.
I
so
left
we can
you
get them
with
all.
tea balls.
Yeah, one, which we used
I
in the
left, you
previous
with,
session.
I left you with more than one.
You didn't. You
I
didn't.
did.
You gave us one.
They were all consumed.
Not in my
checked
inventory.
the VOD, I said I'd left you with a few each.
They were all consumed. It's in my
Anyway.
notes.
You don't want
Even
them
if I
anyway.
had T-balls, I can't exactly consume them when I'm unconscious.
It's true.
I mean,
So,
Valis
I
is stood
do-
right there. I can take my shoe off and just like wave it around your face.
Maybe on your turn. Rune.
Um,
I'll get rid of this zombie token. You can't see it, but it's in my way now, so.
Yeah, so we're gonna come round. And I'm gonna try and beat him up.
Okay.
What does that do? No. Okay. Take a couple of slashes at him.
First one manages to connect, but your reverse slice scrapes off, unfortunately.
And then we'll do the same. I'm just gonna keep trying hitting him and then push him away
Alright.
as bonus action. Ooh, nice.
Yeah, you slam your shield into him and manage to shove him backwards slightly.
Yeah, it's one of them. It's like I know he's not on his feet, but it's trying to like knock him off his feet to see if that helps.
Yeah, you
Lift him
can't
up.
really render him prone as much. The energy that you
Yeah.
put into it just knocks him backwards.
Okay. That's me.
All right. And Caldrix.
I am going to cast Wither and Bloom
All right.
at 3rd level because I don't have any 2nd level spell slots. I'm going to focus it here. So, Soul, you can roll one of your unspent hit dice and regain that +5, I believe. Is my or 7? Spellcasting.
Your
modifier.
spellcasting mod, which is 5.
Oh, yeah, 4 actually. Sorry, my bad. But yes,
Which is
that.
4 and something in your sheet's wrong. Well, I'm not figuring that out today.
Yeah, I don't know. I
+4, yes. We'll
I
go
don't
with that.
really do numbers.
I rolled max on my hit dice as well, so.
Nice.
Nice.
Not
See,
dead yet!
Wither is useful.
Zodar saves against the death,
not
but still takes
not as
some
useful.
damage. We'll get straight back into the combat with Valis' turn.
Ah, shoot.
Yeah, you weren't prepared for that one.
Well, I thought of an idea, and then you dismissed it in the break, so now I'm like, I need to come up with another idea now, and I haven't done
Well, we
that.
can discuss that idea again if you want. If you want to
Yeah.
fill time while you think of something else.
Let's discuss the mechanics of physics in D&D. I am going to hit him with a thing.
That's generally how it works, yes.
Yep.
I'm going. Oh god, I've actually got no slots left in that spell. Oh god, I'm running out of spells.
Just whack him, it'd be right.
Yeah,
Hit with a
no.
stick.
I tell you what I can do. I'm gonna use my Stone of Reserve, and I'm gonna cast the Chromatic Orb that's sat in it.
Bonus orb.
Bonus orb. And I am going to use. I don't know if thunder damage did or didn't do anything. We don't know if fire does anything.
Well, Thunder didn't do anything because it didn't contact him because you missed
Yeah,
horribly.
no. I'm gonna try again for thunder damage.
Alright. Aim better. That didn't help.
No.
Yeah, you blast the chromatic orb at him and it slams into his shoulder, bounces off and floats off into the room.
I was
So
gonna
that
say, did that go up the pipe as well?
No, it just floats off towards the crowd and then bangs. You see a few people jump back a bit.
Did I kill anyone?
No.
Oh god.
You did not kill random
Well,
civilians
it
with
never
your chromatic
works
orb.
out. Could have had a whole new army waiting for me in the stands.
Unfortunately, they're all a bit too alive for that.
Yeah, that's Valis' turn.
Alright. Then the Zordar is going to float forwards. People keep shoving it around, it's annoying. And let's see. Well, that's not good. It seems to take a moment moving its head around, selecting targets. You see the fist start to glow blue once again. And it slams out its fist towards Valis.
Why not Sol?
I rolled for it. You were quite unlucky. 21, which hits you,
You're already dead.
for 19 force damage.
Oh god, I gotta do math now.
Just
you
type
don't.
minus 19 into the health thing.
Right click onto your token and then at the bottom type minus 19 into
I've
the
opened
box.
I've opened a calculator.
You need a calculator for that.
Your calculator's type minus 19.
Yes. Okay. I'm still alive.
And as you reel back from that, you look up and you see the other fist swinging towards you. It rolled you both times, unfortunately. And that's a 34 to hit,
Like,
which, is going to hit.
can we argue on the mathematical stance of whether number 9 is technically the biggest number in the whole sequence and outclasses, like, 38 or whatever it is you rolled?
For a moment, your brain starts to go through this. The incredible intelligence of Valis over the thousands of years that it took you to think about this. And as your brain starts to go through this, you feel yourself drop into unconsciousness as you take 29 force damage.
It's very bad of you to assume that actually would KO me.
I can see your health, and I don't need a calculator to do maths.
29.
Yes.
That takes me to negative 11.
Takes you
With
to
no
the
negative hit points. We're in.
I know, but I
We're
like
in
to keep
D&D.
track. I like to keep track.
Fair enough.
Did you just want to prove you
You
could do
go
the
to
math?
0 and then you fall over.
You fell down.
Was this also non-lethal?
It is, yes. But as far as you know, you just see Valis slump down. You just see this fist slams into his face and he just collapses.
Fantastic. I'm free of him!
Yeah, that's a 2. Yeah. So,
Oh, fuck off.
make me a constitution save.
I don't want to, I want to use a legendary resistance.
You would like to choose to fail?
I'm going to use my inspiration.
Okay.
Because I need to pass the... Actually... No, I'm not going to, because fuck it, even if I fail it, there's a good chance he's going to kill me with it.
And you feel yourself teleported away.
Fantastic.
You take 13 force damage. Sorry, did I put you in a wall?
You did.
It's hard to tell where the walls are.
That's a very convenient number of damage you did there, Josh.
That is the damage he rolled. I wasn't fudging that one.
Ow.
And Sol.
So I was gonna stand up. And then I'm going to move 15, 20. I can't even get to him. Unless I'm standing in the stuff, which as we all know is not a great idea, I can't reach him because I was on the floor when I went unconscious. That's annoying as all hell.
You know what? This seems like a great time to use that dart you've had the entire time.
I already used it last session, I haven't got
Never
it.
mind.
I'm just checking through what I have to see if there is anything that would help.
Step of the wind.
I'm going to key points.
Never mind.
I am going to just use my action to dash around to get back to him.
Okay.
Which is like a terrible idea, but I want to be another meat shield because we have injured people.
Fair enough.
And I think that's it. That's all I can do. I can't do anything because it's a bonus action.
Alright then. Room.
Oh, hang on. Whoa,
Oh.
hang on.
My apologies. Continue.
That's the way I'm going. Yeah, so instead, well, I'll do. So yes, I can because I've used my action to dash. I can use a bonus action to make one melee attack, or to shove a creature. So I'm gonna punch him. Yeah, charger. Yeah.
The only time charges come up this entire thing.
I've used it twice this entire game.
Okay. And as you rush all the way back here, prepared to take vengeance for your fallen friend, you line up the perfect shot on the Zordar, whip your fist forwards, and as you connect, it slumps over. The light goes dim in its eyes. It had 2 health points left.
Fucking hell.
Does it stay where it is, or is it starting to rise?
It stays there.
Okay, good.
The
I don't
light's
want
gone
it to
dim,
die.
but it stays there.
It's had the opportunity to kill me twice and didn't. I feel like I should give it at least the same courtesy.
You are out of initiative.
So
Oh my god!
What you're saying is if Valens hadn't chose to attack the prince, he would have killed the beast.
Yes!
Yep.
That sounds on brand, Alice.
This, yeah.
Speaking of, Kelly's gonna wander over and use Healing Word on him
Okay.
to at least get him up, I guess.
And as you're stepping forwards, the priest sees us come to a close. And he steps forwards and calls, "The Zordar is defeated! All hail Emperor Zidali!" He motions towards Princess Zidali. She steps forwards towards you specifically, Caltrix. You see Prince Zaleth sort of almost trying to say something and realizes it's not going to help. As his sister steps towards you and she reaches out a hand. "My ring, please."
Kelly kind of pauses a little bit and then hands it over.
Okay. And she takes it from you. She slides it onto her finger. Takes a moment just gazing at it. Looks back to you as Valis is standing up. And as you're all stood there looking at her, she looks at you, looks around the room to each of the guards gathered around the room, looks to you again. As Emperor, that's not the right voice. As Emperor, I must reward my champions for their triumph. Guards, seize them. The guards move forwards and grasp each of you. The sort of 3 guards to each of Sol's arms, as he's still enormous.
Can Valens
It'll
react?
be for 2 hours. I'll just stare at her.
You can attempt to react if you wish to.
Valens would like to star step behind her.
Can I make an insight check on her?
Yes, and yes. There are guards behind her, Valis, so...
Yeah, I know,
Natural
he's gonna
20.
be quick.
Natural 20 on the read when she said for the guards to call us.
Yeah, she seems truthful. It seems like whatever she'd said to you in the past, she's decided that you're no longer of use to her. She wants the guards to seize you to get rid of you, essentially.
I'm going to make direct eye contact with Valis and nod at you once. And then I'm going to grab a guard by the face and throw him into the light.
Okay.
Once Valens is behind her, he's going to cast Wall of Force in a sphere to capture him and the Queen.
Oh shit!
Empress.
I'm not locked in here with you.
You're locked in here with me!
Would you like a cup of tea?
You pull out the spell scroll, and as you start to read the words from it, you see, all of you see, the Zordar coming back, straightening up. The lights in its eyes start to glow. As you can hear Valis reading the words from this scroll. Zordar stands, looks around each of you. And somewhere from within it, you hear this resounding voice. Take the Ring of Stars into the heart of the star where it was forged, and your world will be saved. You see light start to spill from the cracks between the armor plates of this Zordar, and the entire creature crumbles to dust.
Okay.
You all return to full hit points.
Oh shit. What a babe.
If you're already above full hit points, you obviously keep your temporary hit points, but you all return to full natural hit points.
I get my key points back.
You do.
Yes! Does everyone else get their spell slots back?
No.
Damn.
It's still waiting for me.
Unfortunately, that's not covered.
Okay.
But as the Zordar disappears, everybody freezes for a second, and Valis' spell snaps into place. Valis, you are forming this specifically around sort of you and
Yes.
the Empress.
Yeah, and pushing anyone else back who's close enough.
Yeah. And you knock back the guards, you knock back the priest on this side. Let me just play this properly. Priest sort of gets bumped out of the way with it.
Yeah.
And you all see this wall of force form around Valis and the Empress. And the priest looks to you, looks at where the Zordar was, where there's now this like golden light and dust sprinkling in the air. That was weird. Dust sprinkling in the air.
No, not dust in your lungs.
Don't breathe that. And the priest looks at him and goes, hurling the royal ring into the heart of Xaryxis would destroy the star and everything within 100 million miles of it. Everybody out, everybody out. And he starts motioning for the civilians. But very much he was making eye contact with as he said the
I want to insight him. 5.
Okay.
He's selling the. He knows his business.
Yeah, seems truthful. Seems like he knows what he's talking about, and he seems to be getting people out of the way so you can deal with whatever you need to deal with. And Valis is in a pinball with the Empress.
Are the guards leaving us alone now as well?
No, there are still guards around, unfortunately.
So, I'm just want to clarify. The ring that they're talking about is the ring that they both have, or just
They do
her?
both have a ring. You can see
Okay.
on Zealot's finger as well there is a ring, so they both have identical
Good
rings,
call.
as it were. Let me place some of these
Okay.
guards in.
You have to place 6 around me, Josh.
No, I'm not going to because of time constraints.
The guards are my guard.
You see, as their mouth's hostile. That's a change this time. As the Zordar dust starts to fade away, some of the guards looking at it almost seem panicked and they start to run out too, leaving a couple of guards around you, trying to grasp you and the two.
I will
Siblings.
loudly say, you should follow your companions. It will not end well for you.
Make me an intimidation check.
I will. Yeah, I'm going to use the thing I have that lets me do it again. Because that was crap.
That's true.
Yeah, that's much better.
Yeah, and seemingly you convince them to leave as they all sort of, you see them let go of your allies, and the one that was trying to hold onto your arm lets go of your arm, and they start to rush off, and you're left with only the siblings in front of you. As you're doing this, as you're distracted by the guards, you see Zaleth starts to hover up into the air and starts to try and fly away.
Grab.
Maybe dexterity save. That was a lot of stuff to do in the time that he was trying to get away, so... Yeah.
How
Can
many
I
points? I'll
also-
fucking fly after him if I have to.
Go ahead, Cortex.
Also see this happening and use Thorn Whip to like help
Yeah.
with this.
You go ahead and roll that.
Grab him by the leg and I'll jump
Yeah.
up and grab him.
You watch as Sol starts to reach out to him and your thorn whip just closes around his leg and you just yank him back down to the ground. He slams into the floor. Takes 7 damage from that and 10 damage from slamming into the floor. Face first.
Okay.
As you yank him down to the floor. Valis,
Yes.
what are you doing in your bubble?
In my bubble is probably hell, because no one wants to be confined with Valis.
No, can't compete.
Bruce.
But I'm going to cast blindness on the queen.
Alright. She does fail it.
Yeah.
As is traditional things you cast blindness on, apparently.
And with the queen blind, Valis is going to take out his sword. And he's going
Let's
to
has a
attempt...
sword.
He doesn't use it quite often. Like,
He's going to attempt to disarm her, I feel.
it's like a little daggery
In
thing.
literal
He
sense.
usually makes it. He usually cuts up sausages with it.
It's very fancy.
It's very intricate now. He doesn't know what it is. And he's going to attempt to slice her fingers off to relieve her of the ring.
Okay. Maybe an attack roll.
How does one do that when I don't have a sword on my thing?
Yeah, that's fair. You don't actually have a sword. So, just make me a dexterity roll then.
At advantage.
At advantage.
Yep,
Because she's blind.
she is blind.
Well, I'm glad I'm going to get the advantage here. Oh, for fuck's
Yeah, that'll
sake.
help.
You're doing great.
What the hell?
Yeah, you can't quite get your footing on the literal sphere you've confined yourself in. As you try to swing towards her, you wobble to the side, overbalancing yourself, and just miss her finger.
Jesus Christ.
She seems to sense this as she leans back out of the way and she starts to pull out her own sword.
Oh god.
Oh no!
Oh.
We've lost the
And
Russ.
then, apparently, Russ disappears.
I'm the DM now.
He's the DM. Well. Oh. They were back.
Sorry,
It's fine.
That's not good.
I decided that I didn't want to play nicely.
Yes, it does. It's fine.
And she is going to swing her sword back at you. Just give me 1 second, because I was just giving you a sword. There we go. Yeah, she swings her sword towards you for a 13 to hit.
Does like she is blind? Is she like?
She is blind. She rolled a disadvantage.
Oh,
She still got a 13.
You've probably got to just swing forwards. You haven't got many places to dodge right now.
Yeah, pretty much. You can find her in a pinball. She knows where her target is.
well, that is gonna hit. I'm afraid.
Yep. You take 8 slashing damage
Oh, that's not
as
too
she
bad.
seems to be trying to fend you off while blind.
Yeah. Okay. I suppose. Can I just attempt to like just try and grab onto her hand and pull the ring off?
Sure.
After
If you think you're strong enough for that.
I feel like it's slicing off.
It's your
fingers was
choice.
better, but
Should we... Because there's a lot going on at once, should we maybe be in some kind of initiative order just so it's...
We can do.
I'm just thinking as though if people want to do something that... Because there's a lot happening
I
at
was
once.
gonna let Valis' pinball play out, but fair enough.
like, there's no interference in this pinball right now.
Yeah, do you want to just all roll for initiative again?
Yeah,
We'll just figure out what's going on here.
that's fair.
Alright. Prince
So make it a
Zelf is still
little
on the
bit, make it a
floor.
bit more tidy.
He went crunch. Caladrex.
I am basically going to walk over to him.
Yeah,
And
he's lying on the floor, unfortunately.
that's okay. I just want to like slap at him with primal savagery.
That's fair. Yeah, you just
Because-
reach forwards, your nails elongate, and you slap at him.
Roll it with advantage because he was on the ground.
He is on the ground.
Ooh.
Nice.
Still a hit.
Could have been a crit.
Was one off a crit. And yeah, no, I just wanted to basically hit one of them. That's all I
Alright.
really want to do.
And Rune. You've got a fella on the ground, you've got a fella in a bubble.
We can't really do much with the bubble, so I'm just gonna.
As far as you know, no.
You could spin it.
No, I want to take I'm going to attempt to take the ring off the prince. I
Yeah.
think at this point.
Make me a sleight of hand check. Just trying to wrestle his hand away from you, pretty much, so.
Yeah.
Practically, it's like an opposed sleight of hand. For which I use the bad dice, apparently, because I rolled a natural 1.
Wow. Jesus.
So yeah, you reach down while he's on the floor, like, trying to push himself back up, and you just pull his hand out from under him and slip the ring off. And
Yeah.
you have a ring of shooting stars in your hand.
Okay. Then I'm just gonna have Raslim just literally just stand over him, just to keep him there.
Okay. Razum just sort of stands over him and lowers its weight onto him, so he's stuck there.
Like this ball thing, can we actually see into it of what's happening?
it's transparent.
Yeah, it's transparent.
okay.
You can just see sort of. There's a weird sort of shimmering effect, like a soap bubble almost, around Valis and Zadali, who seem to be like sword fighting inside this bubble.
And you can hear nothing of it.
You can hear nothing, and you're also mostly confused about where Valis's sword came from.
Yeah.
I mean, it does look like the one he uses to like cut up the bodies and everything with. It's like
The ritual
already
sword.
bloodstained.
Anything else from the room?
No, I think that's it. I don't want to chuck it into the beam of light straight away, I don't think.
Okay.
So,
Valis.
It's like classic good person movie vibe here. Oh, let's not do the easy thing just to end this. Let's hold on to this.
in a way, I don't really know what kind of thing it's going to do.
Having seen in the corner of my eye, Rune just simply
Yeah,
like...
it's
tussled.
fairly obvious
Um,
from the angle you're at least.
Valis is going to attempt to just try and grab hold of her arm and pull it off her while she's swinging madly around.
Yeah. Make me a sleight of hand check.
Is it advantage because she's blinded?
Yes, she's blind. She's not sure what she's doing.
Hold shift, Andy.
Thank you.
There we go.
Better?
Yeah, as she swings, you manage to duck under it and grab onto her other hand and force the ring off. You hear her swearing at you in Elvish, which you understand.
I then look at Rune with the ring and point at it like, ring! Big thing over there!
How long's this wall of force gonna last?
Oh, indefinite.
Yep.
How do you get out?
Had you done the wall of force before when the guy had mentioned about the explosion?
No, it was
did it
dealing
before.
as he said it.
Yeah.
It was like,
So you. Okay, fair enough.
yeah. Valis is also going to put the ring on for safekeeping.
Okay. You slip the ring on, it feels like you're wearing a ring.
Woo! And that's all he can do this turn.
Okay. For your reference, it is a concentration spell. You can choose to end the wall of force.
I know.
Okay.
Sol.
Sola's gonna look
Big
at.
Sol.
Big Sola's gonna look at the group and say, as soon as you throw that ring into the pool, if what the man said, it will be terrible. Climb onto my shoulders and I will run us out of here when you do it. And I will go down to one knee so people can climb onto me.
Okay.
And I'll look at Valis and I'll point at him and then pat my shoulder to try and get the point across, and I want him to climb on. We're not gonna have a lot of time to fly the fuck away from here.
No.
Alright then. And Zidali feels that you've taken her ring. She yells to you, "Hey, my ring! My ring! Give it back!" She tries to swing the scimitar at you again. So that was a disadvantage. That's not right. Yeah, that's terrible. She just completely misses you, and she's still trying to find a way in this wall, also while blind, and you're quite easily ducking under the swings.
It's now a sport for Valis.
Zaleth is pinned down. He doesn't care anymore. He starts... You can hear him starting to bleed, like, hey, take me out of here with you. If you're going, take me with you. Calatrix.
I'm kind of... Calatrix just rolls her eyes at Zealous and says, "No, you've basically done this to yourself."
That's fair.
And then I'm gonna hold my action so that I can climb onto Soul when the time comes.
Yeah.
To get out of there. I don't... Yeah. Making sure that Periwinkle is very much secure on my shoulder.
Everyone's on your shoulder. You're on Sol's shoulder. Everybody's shoulder.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can change my form to have like a sofa on my back to make it easier for people.
Comfy ride. Okay, and Rune.
I think I'm gonna hold. The plan is to throw this into the blight, but I'm gonna. I don't. See, in my mind, I think we should be throwing both of them in, but I have no idea what the fuck Valis is doing.
It seemed fairly clear that you only need to do one.
Yeah.
It is more poetic to throw both, though.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm thinking. Then then they can't do this stupid shit again. But yeah. Okay, yeah. So it's trying to signal to Valis to, let's run, and then get ready to throw it in when he drops the wall of force.
All right.
So just try and get the timing a little bit better so we can all go.
Oop.
Probably good to let the civilians have a few more turns to evacuate the city as well.
They seem to be going at speed. You can see sort of through the space, through the doorways. You can see there's ships like outside picking people up. Like there seems to be an evacuation plan in place for this. And Valis. You can clearly tell Rune is saying, "Drop the bubble and let's get out of here," kind of thing.
I know. Valis has a thing on his head and he doesn't think something's about to work and he has an idea of how to get around with it just in case it's not a thing.
Okay.
Okay, so firstly, Valis is going to attempt to starlight step out of the bubble, which I believe it doesn't prohibit. It's only physical and dimensional, not magical.
Magical travel is technically dimensional, but it's in the same dimension, so yeah, fair enough.
So I'm going to leave her in the bubble
Yeah.
and starlight step out.
Yeah, you step out and leave the bubble in place.
I would then like to get the ring off Rune. Like, I'm hoping she's not going to, stop me if I was to just go, pass me the ring.
Oh no, I was waiting for you to get out the ball
Yeah,
so
no.
we can all go. So
So,
yeah,
give me
I
the
guess.
ring. And upon taking the ring,
You know how
I'm going
gold
to
rings.
I'm going to slip my ring off, put both rings on my last remaining zombie, and order him to walk into the light.
Okay.
Can you give it a delay?
No.
And you slip the rings onto zombie and it walks in.
And then I immediately run to Sol. And I just want to clarify this for the team, right? Just so that they understand the madness. I have a feeling that throwing the rings in, the rings wouldn't have just lifted off. I have a feeling like it needs a soul or something, hence why the big guy didn't go up. So
The big guy was levitating.
I know, but I didn't want us to throw the rings,
Okay.
and then the rings get left on the floor, and so has to go and get them. So I was like, okay. So that's why they're going in on
Good
zombie.
sacrifice for
It's
your
a
last
it's a sacrifice in case a mechanic doesn't work. I know the
We
zombies
know
go
that-
up.
God.
And
We know
you
zombies
all,
go up.
Fair enough.
you all watch Valis do this. You all hop onto Sol's back, which is strangely cushioned and sofa-like. And
Grab Raslam.
I assume you're leaving Sol?
I will grab Raslam. Everybody's on my back. I'm
Yep.
going to, I'm popping Step of the Wind, and I'm booking it as fast as I can
As
back
you
to our ship.
start to move, as you start to focus on that energy to start the movement, and you look, you see the zombie rising. And the zombie disappears. You see two tiny sparkles fall down. Two tiny clink, clink, clink.
What, fall back down to the ground?
The rings are resting in the pool.
Oh, come
I'll slide to a
on!
stop.
Why?
What happened? Alright, fuck it. I still have my Step of the Wind. I probably would have got not out the room. I've got a lot of movement. I'm gonna run back. I guess still with everybody on me. Maybe I'll leave Rasmus by the door. I'm gonna grab these two fucking rings. I'm gonna grab the prince. Can I...
Sure.
How do I word this? Can I insert the rings inside of the prince? I'm force-feeding
Phrasing.
him the rings.
Okay. You stick the rings inside Prince Zeleth,
And then I throw him into the pool.
and you throw him into the light beam.
Now let's see if they fucking fall off this time.
And you watch as the prince rises. And rises.
Always.
Maybe we should leave as well.
And
No,
he
no, I'm
touches
gonna
the
wait.
point of the light beam that sends him towards the star at the core of Xaryxis space. And he is gone. The rings are gone.
And then I leg it.
And you start to run.
I would have done this to the princess as well, but
I'm not-
she was in an
I am
impenetrable field.
100% concentrating on keeping that sphere up, by the way.
She is
And-
also an elf who could do this exact same thing you did. I'm surprised she didn't.
Yeah, but she's blind. She can't see.
She is
so
blind.
can't.
Can you
have to-
concentrate?
You
Blindness
have to
and
be able
concentration.
to see where you're going for Starlight Step.
That's sad.
And you
Anyway,
run
let's run.
to the docks. You see the city emptying around you as you go. You get onto docks, step onto the deck of the second wind, and fully prepared, the ship shoots off. You look towards a spelljamming helm. Sat in the helm is the vampirate, Grimzod Garganhale himself.
Allowed on the ship!
Nobody
thought he
seems
was
to
gonna-
care at this point because
I
you're
thought he
trying
was-
to get away from the explosion.
I don't know why. I thought it was going to be the pilot that we arrested. Would have been the one flying us.
Yeah.
Fortunately not. And as the second wind starts to blast away, you look back, you see the star, the white star at the center of Xaryxis space flares. It becomes 1,000 times brighter than it was. The entire space starts to fill with brightness. And you see, behind you, the Imperial Citadel is destroyed. The planets closest to the star shatter. The space drops into complete darkness.
At this point, Valis stops concentrating on that sphere.
You felt that sphere drop before that.
Oh, right.
Right.
And you exit the system. You begin the lengthy journey back to Toril. It takes some time. Eventually, Grimzod gives up the spelljamming seat to Calatrix.
That fellas?
Grimzod seems too sensible for this. And with another spelljammer, you can rotate and not have to stay there all the time.
I guess too, Valis, you can add an attempted accidental genocide to your list of new experiences. We did just almost wipe out the Astral Elves, kind of unintentionally, but also kind of intentionally.
That would cheer me
Collateral
up,
damage.
but I have lost all my minions. This saddens me.
We'll get you some more. It'll be fine.
But thank you for trying to cheer me up.
She puts Periwinkle.
Would
on
you
the
like
shoulder.
a T-bar?
No.
Periwinkle curls up on your shoulder, Valis. The warmth and comforting weight of this strangely pastel familiar. Periwinkle does not accept a T-ball either.
Don't worry, Periwinkle. If you die, I will make sure you live on.
Concerning.
She almost tries to scurry off his shoulder at that.
And your journey continues. As you move back towards the wild space around Toril, Garganhale leans down towards you, Calatrix, and whispers a destination into your ear. A familiar destination, one you've been to before. And you let him off at Topola's tower. He steps onto the dock. As he steps away, turns back to wave to you, you see the disembodied hand, the crawling claw, scurries up his shoulder, waves to you. He looks you all over and goes, "Aye. Never let it be said that Grimzod Garganhale didn't give a lady a helping hand." As the claw scribbles back down towards his sleeve, he walks away into the tower.
That sounds like he's about to get his fuck on, not gonna lie.
Well then. And you continue back to Toril. As you... More music, thank you. As you see the planet approaching, no longer is it covered in these crystalline vines. You see the blues and greens of the planet itself, the brown of the desert areas, the vines seemingly shattered and collapsed, and a second wind makes its landing in the seas outside of Neverwinter. And you step off onto the docks. The much changed city of Neverwinter. The people trying to rebuild, piles of the orange crystals that these vines have turned into, that people are trying to get out of the streets pretty much so they can continue their lives. Nobody here seems to realise that you're the reason the crystals are gone. But perhaps recognition was not what you were looking for anyway. As the days go on, the astral sea flowing. And that's where we'll wrap up Light of Xaryxis.